high definition. This is KLBK News at noon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rache Ahdey. Thomas Dixon will get a new trial for murder of the Lubbock doctor Joseph Saunier. Court documents show Dixon appealed his conviction, challenging the sufficiency of evidence, a motion to suppress cell data because it was obtained without a warrant. The members of the public being excluded from the courtroom during his trial. You might remember Dixon was found guilty in 2015 on 2 counts of capital murder for the death of Lubbock doctor Joseph Saunier. Court documents show Dixon paid someone to commit the murder. Lubbock police are investigating a car crash involving a police officer near 34th and the Loop. It happened Thursday night. We're told the officer crashed into a Jeep that was driving south on the access road, sending the patrol car into a light pole. The driver of the Jeep suffered minor injuries and was taken to University Medical Center for treatment. The officer was not hurt. And officials show that cotton burrs overheated, causing the modules in Brownfield to catch fire. The fire is about 80% contained, but the high winds remain a problem for firefighters. In total, some 15 to 20 modules burned, as well as the seed barn. It took 9 different departments to contain the fire, and officials say the highway is still shut down. Now crews are continuing to monitor the area. And if you've been waiting for a full fan experience, sipping on an adult beverage while watching Texas Tech games in person, the university is making that happen. The Board of Regents approved a motion by the athletics department to sell alcoholic beverages at all Texas Tech athletic events. While they still have to negotiate the deal with their vendor Spectra, Athletic Director Kirby Hocutt said the sale of wine and beer will, quote, enhance the fan experience. Beverages will now be available for all general seating. On the other side of the coin, officials say this will likely mean a ban on re-entry at football games. But it's a proposal that Hocutt says the athletic department has put a lot of thought into.
The landscape is changing and technology is changing. There's more games on TV than ever before. And we've got to deliver an experience that provides all the amenities that you can get at home that are at affordable options, and an experience that is unrivaled and that you can't get by staying home.
Hocutt says they hope to start selling alcoholic beverages by the first Big 12 conference game at United Supermarkets Arena next month. The future of what the university will do with the auditorium and Coliseum has been decided for now. They'll start preparing for demolition starting next week, including spraying for asbestos, and after the ABC Pro Rodeo in the beginning of April, the Coliseum will come down. University officials say until they figure out what to do with this space, they'll turn it into a green area for game day experiences.
He and his staff in Tech, I'm envisioning a great tailgating spot. He mentioned today in the meeting there might be a place for some bands or just a great gathering spot. So maybe the students utilize it. We'll see, but they'll come up with something that's really going to be special.
The Texas Tech basketball teams will play in the Old Coliseum this weekend against Abilene Christian. Well, bomb threats emailed at least to 5 companies in Lubbock. Turns out these threats are connected to similar threats made nationwide. The threats demand $20,000 via Bitcoin, or a bomb will destroy the building. Here's a look at some of those businesses that received the threat. Lubbock police say they did not find any suspicious packages when they investigated, and it looks like the emails were likely a scam. The FBI tweeted out a statement saying they're in contact with law enforcement and in cities impacted and to always report suspicious activity. Bells rang at the Congregational Church in Newtown, Connecticut this morning, honoring the 20 kids and 6 teachers killed at Sandy Hook Elementary School 6 years ago. Several churches in Newtown opening their doors for the day of reflection and prayer. The kids were between 6 and 7 years old when they lost their lives. 20-year-old Adam Lanza walked into the school and began shooting. After he killed his mother the same day, he shot himself as first responders arrived at the school. The Toyota makers are recalling nearly 90,000 vehicles. Land Cruisers and the Lexus LX 570 SUVs from the past decade are all on the list. Officials say the front passenger seat belts might not work properly over time. Toyota is trying to fix the problem and will update owners by mid-February. Also, about 44,000 2018 and 2019 Tacoma trucks have been recalled. Toyota says there is an issue with the brakes that could increase your risk of crashing. Toyota dealers will replace the brake master cylinder at no cost. To find out if your vehicle is included in the recall, go to the website to see if your vehicle is on the screen. If you've ever wanted to experience a frontier Christmas, you'll have your chance tonight, as the National Ranch and Heritage Center hosts its 40th Candlelight at the Ranch. 5,000 luminaries light up the park as you go back in time to holiday scenes from hundreds of years ago. The folks at the National Ranch and Heritage Center say this will teach you things you can't find in textbooks. It starts at 6:30 tonight. Admission is free, but they do encourage a $5 donation per family. Texas Tech welcomes a familiar face to the graduation ceremonies this weekend at United Supermarkets Arena. Edward Whitaker Jr., a Texas Tech alum, will be the speaker. He's the namesake for the College of Engineering, and plays a huge role in Texas Tech history. Graduations are scheduled today and tomorrow, and a big congratulations to all those Texas Tech grads. A Southwest flight heading to Dallas was forced to turn around. Coming up, we'll tell you how this U-turn could potentially save a life. But first, Nick joins us again. Nick, with all these high winds we've had, can you give us some good news about the weekend forecast?
Well, we're still talking about that wind today out there at 15 to 20 miles per hour at times, but this weekend, finally going to see that drop. You're doing some shopping over at the mall. Low 60s on Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 15 mile per hour wind on Saturday, and then light wind on Sunday. More details on if the warm weather lasts in your forecast coming up.
KLBK News at Noon continues.
Welcome back. People often leave things behind on planes, but in this unique case, it was something that was forced Southwest flight to make a U-turn. Our Angela Greenwood tells us why it was so important to make that U-turn.
A donor detour for a heart in a box just like this, after being prepared by Sierra Donor Services in West Sacramento.
We boxed the heart just like we normally would do in a medically labeled box, and we waited for the courier to come and pick it up. The courier picked it up, and then after that, the rest of the story is with Southwest.
Southwest Airlines took the organ on ice from a courier at Sac International Airport, bound for Seattle, where the heart's valve tissue was set to be used. But like a mishandled bag, the heart was mistakenly kept on the connecting flight to Dallas instead of being taken out of the cargo hold.
In my 7 years, I've never had anything like that happen. Everybody involved is going to evaluate the process. They're going to make sure what happened and how to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
More than an hour into that connecting flight, the pilot turned back, leading to a 5-hour delay for passengers. In a statement, Southwest Airlines says the shipment was delivered to its destination within the window of time allotted by our cargo customer. Nothing is more important to us than the safety of our customers and the safe delivery of the precious cargo we transport every day. Valve Tissue has a 48-hour window of viability and amazingly made it in time to save the lives its donor intended.
If it had not made it in time, it would have been an absolute tragedy. Somebody is going to be able to receive those heart valves, and that's the most important thing for us.
The goal now, to soon have that tissue pumping new life after a pause in this precious delivery.
And after being delayed for 5 hours, the flight once again headed back to Dallas. Nick joins us again. Nick, what's the weekend weather looking like?
Well, today we're still seeing chilly conditions here at the lunch hour. In fact, we're in the mid-40s across Lubbock County. The airport coming in with a temperature of 45. It is 44 at Texas Tech. Also, Slayton, Wolfforth, and Reese Center all at 44. We do have that warmer weather to talk about for the weekend. Those details after the break.
Now, Chief Meteorologist Nick Cranon with KLBK's first warning weather.
Well, good afternoon and happy Friday. Extra happy because the wind's not howling like it did yesterday with those gusts near 60 miles per hour. We are still seeing a windy day today, but it will be dropping as we head into the weekend. Here's a live look in Olton here at the lunch hour where we're seeing blue skies right now, and this is very similar to what we're seeing all across the area. Looks like we have all the snow and ice melted away up in Olton. Still had some ice around Lubbock this morning. Some water froze overnight running on some of the roads, but now temperatures above freezing, not an issue, and we'll continue to watch plenty of sunshine as we head further into the weekend. And today, very quiet weather out there. We saw that in Olton. You're seeing it all across West Texas here at the lunch hour where things are looking good. All the rain showers with that low pressure, well, that has moved out to the east. And then for the rest of us, we're going to enjoy some quiet weather as we move into this evening. once that wind dies down after 6 p.m. and then certainly Saturday and Sunday. Now temperature-wise, you're at 45 here in Lubbock, 45 in Plainview, upper 40s out into Muleshoe and Morton right now, 47 in Plains, 48 in Denver City and Seminole. It's not as warm as you would expect it to be with all that sunshine, but we did have a cold start to the day. 48 in Spur, 46 in Muleshoe, 48 in Turkey, already up to 50 in Paducah, 50 in Jayton, Post coming in at 46 degrees as well. Now here's the wind. Big difference from what we had on Thursday, thankfully. Right now, sustained wind looks like the highest wind 25 miles per hour in Paducah, 23 miles per hour over in Guthrie, 21 miles per hour here in Lubbock, and 20 in Dimmitt. Starting to see the lower wind just in the teens along the state line, so it'll stay up for a while for the next 5-6 hours or so, and then right around sunset things will finally begin to drop. We're going to get into some calm wind by at least through tomorrow morning, then it will pick up a bit on Saturday. So here's how things shape up in Levelland today. Sunny skies, 54 degrees, 63 on Saturday, and 60 degrees on Sunday. And then for you over in Muleshoe, 55 today, 64 on Saturday, 61 on Sunday. Not bad. Over in Plainview, you're going to see sunny skies out there today with a high of 52, jumping up to 62 on Saturday, 59 on Sunday. And finally, over in Post, you'll see a high temperature of 55 today with that wind, 64 Saturday, 10 degrees above average, not bad, and then 61 degrees on Sunday. So here in Lubbock, our 7-day forecast is going to show sunny skies, the high of 52. It'll feel cooler with that wind throughout the rest of the afternoon at 15 to 20 miles per hour. But by tomorrow, 61, only 10 to 15 mile per hour winds. That's more normal for West Texas. 60 degrees there on Sunday with mostly sunny conditions. And next week, we will get more clouds and sun Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. High temperatures above average in the upper 50s on Monday and Tuesday, 56 on Wednesday, and then 60 degrees there with sunny skies on Thursday. Getting closer to Christmas, it's looking like dry and mild, and the likelihood of a white Christmas is looking pretty much zero. So could see some rain around Christmas to New Year's, but not so much for snow. We already had it last week, so it looks like we're not getting it for Christmas.
Well, we enjoyed it last week.
Yes, as long as you weren't driving.
It was
okay.
Very true. I can attest to that. I had a little something happen earlier this
A lot
week.
of people did.
Yeah.
It's all good.
All right, well, coming up on the KLBK News at noon, we'll have a tiger salamander visiting us from the South Plains Wildlife Rehabilitation Center. We'll be right back. Well, Gail joins us here from the Southwest Rehabilitation Center, and she's got something special to show us today, a tiger salamander.
This is this is a juvenile tiger salamander, and with all the rain and the snow, it came out of its burrow. They usually live a couple of feet down in the ground. They can live in the abandoned prairie dog holes, but they live in the ground and they eat insects, macroinvertebrates. And so this one's healthy. A man found it in his garage. It was probably seeking refuge from all the weather. So it's going to be released as soon as the show is over. And I have gloves on because they do carry salmonella. And if people handle any kind of reptile or amphibians, they need to be sure and wash their hands. And just right before the show, we admitted from Garza County an adult albino skunk.
Wow.
That's interesting.
This is the first true albino skunk that we have had at the Wildlife Center. Go to our Facebook page. Look, we have 2 pictures posted. Don't know if it's male or female. Have not, can't get that close to it. But it is it's a big skunk, and we're getting advice on what to do.
How was it found?
It was trapped.
Okay.
It was brought in a trap. So it is a wild skunk. And it is beautiful. Of course, I love
to look out from afar.
Yeah, I like skunks, and so anyway, we're getting advice on what to do because they are susceptible to a lot of predators, being white. But we do have some release spots that are protected, that we can release it since it is wild. So we're deciding what to do. We haven't decided exactly what we're going to do yet because it just came in, and we've got to assess it more. But just go and look, and it's migratory bird season right now, so the big birds are coming in, and we're releasing them, fixing to release the ferruginous hawk, the largest hawk that we have here, and so things are exciting at the Wildlife Center. Awesome. They're slow but exciting, and
very good.
So,
well, thank you so much for joining us, Gail. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. We'll see sunny skies with 15 to 20 mile per hour wind today, a high 52. The wind drops to 10 to 15 miles per hour on Saturday. And then Sunday, light wind. We see the weekend low 60s, much better than all the snow we had, last Saturday. And then heading into the next week, more clouds than sun, upper 50s for highs on Monday and Tuesday. Still seeing light winds, so some good weather there for the final week of school for Lubbock ISD before the winter break. Now, by next Wednesday, we only drop down to 56 degrees. Sunny skies by Thursday, 60. So we're staying pretty mild heading into Christmas, which would be 7 days from next Tuesday. And looking like more mild conditions through the end of the year, perhaps some rain for the last week of the year. Certainly keep an eye on that. But unfortunately, not looking like we will see a white Christmas in West Texas this year. Probably going to stay warm.
Well, thanks for watching KLBK News at Noon. For anytime news, you can always go on to our website, everythinglubbock.com. And don't forget to add everythinglubbock.com iPhone app for more news as well. Have a great weekend.